Oh wait, I don't have enough landmarks. And I don't have mana for Absolver. That's awkward, but maybe they block just enough that I can get in for Absolver damage. Oh, okay. Please? Pray? Hey guys, how's it going? Royce here, coming at you with another video, this time from none other than the mind of GrandpaRoji. Now, if you've heard that name before, you probably know where this is going. We are playing Malphite. Malphite is one of the least played champions in Legends of Runeterra. However, GrandpaRoji is known for playing the champion and has performed pretty well with him. So, we're going to be trying it out. And this Malphite deck needs to play 10 plus mana of landmarks throughout the game to level up Malphite, so we'll be making sure we do that. We're pairing Malphite with Taliyah because Taliyah can basically duplicate a landmark on board that you already have, and her leveled up version can just start hitting the opponent's nexus for some big damage, especially combined with the Absolver. So, a great turn might be playing 10 plus mana of landmarks by round 6, and then on round 7, you play Malphite with the attack token and 2 plus spell mana banked, and you can use the Unstoppable Force to stun the opponent's board immediately and make a huge swing, potentially for lethal. So I'm going to quickly just run through the deck here. This is a totally new strategy to me. Other than some Lab of Legends, I have not played much Malphite, so expect a misplay or two. Potentially, we're going to do our best to avoid it. Anyway, let's just run through the picks. Some of them are more obvious than others. Ancient Preparations, Landmark, excellent 1-drop, helps smooth out your draws. Chip is a 1-mana 3/3, most of the time with this deck since you play so many landmarks, so very efficient. Blue Sentinel helps you get a landmark and a little bit of extra mana. Notably, his landmark is worth 2 mana, so that's quite the contribution towards Malphite so early in the game. Preservarium, great card. Draw 2, we play 3 copies. It's also a landmark. Rockhopper summons landmarks. Already a great card, we play 3. Now the Absolver here is interesting. So let me explain this. Obviously you can put the Absolver on anything once a champion is leveled to make it deal Overwhelm damage. But Overwhelm is even more important with a card like Taliyah. When Taliyah is not given Overwhelm, she will deal 2 to her blocker 3 times, and then once the blocker is dead, any of those 2 damage pings will hit the opponent's face instead, the opponent's nexus. But she'll just get shadow blocked because there was still a block that took place. However, if you give her Overwhelm, she will do that 2 damage 3 times to either the opponent's unit or the opponent's nexus, and then she'll do her full power to the opponent's nexus as well. So if she has 6 power because you've given her Overwhelm with the second half of the Absolver, for example, she's going to do these 3 pings and then just hit the opponent for 6. So that can be huge. We also play Herald of the Magus, by the way, to do that as well. Let's keep going through the list. That's the Absolver. We play 3 copies of Endless Devout. It's a 3-mana 3/3, decent stat line that immediately summons a landmark upon death that eventually turns into a 5/3 fearsome. That's pretty sticky and pretty hard to take care of, pretty scary. 2 Hush. This is, I would say, a pretty meta-dependent choice. Hush really always depends on what you're going up against, and it's just a very flexible card that sometimes will be great, sometimes it'll be a little bit dead. It's rare to play 3 copies of this. Even 2 is a little bit higher than I usually see it, so we'll be evaluating Hush today. We play Rite of the Arcane. We want to be destroying landmarks anyway because of Herald of the Magus, and we want to be summoning landmarks for Taliyah and Malphite, so we'll have plenty of fodder for Rite of the Arcane. 4 damage is huge. That can kill Vhagar, and Darkness. Senna Vhagar is one of the best decks in the meta right now. We just play 2 Unraveled Earth. It is a 3 mana, just draw 1, so a little bit low tempo, but it summons multiple Roiling Sands. Each Unraveled Earth is worth 4 landmark mana, because it's 2 Roiling Sands for 2 each. So that's great for your Malphite progression. 3 copies of Ground Slam. It's 4 mana, stun an enemy, and deal 3 to it. Very, very rarely you'll just be stunning an enemy without dealing 3, but that requires you to basically totally brick and have nothing until turn 4. Pretty unlikely. Rite of Negation. This is often just called Deny. Now this has a cost. Unlike Deny, it requires you to either kill an ally or destroy one of your mana gems, but it stops all enemy fast spells, slow spells, and skills on the stack. So if the opponent has played out, let's say, multiple Vile Feast on the stack, you can just negate both of those instead of one of them. So Rite of Negation is more of a high cost, high benefit card than Deny, and Deny isn't available in these regions anyway. Salt Spire, I think this one is really important. You want to play Salt Spire into Taliyah to double the Salt Spire, and if you've summoned 4+ landmarks this game, which very, very often will be the case, you not only get the Grumpy Rock Bear, which is a 5/4, you also give something +2/+2. So you can think of this as sort of a 4-mana delayed 7/6 that also is going to progress your game plan. Finally, we've already talked about Herald of the Magus, Taliyah, and Malphite. So I think we're about ready to get started. I have no idea how this deck is going to go. I've never played Malphite before, but it sounded like a lot of fun, and I just wanted to shake things up today for my last video that I'll be filming during the week. Anyway, that'll do it for me. Let's go ahead and get some games. Also, while I have you guys here, if you could leave a like and a subscription on the YouTube channel, that would be amazing. Any kind of support like that really helps and doesn't cost any money from your wallet. Alright, let's go ahead and give this a try in Ranked Platinum. I don't expect to do better than maybe 50-50, so if I do, I will be ecstatic. Okay, going up against Ahri Kennen. I can't imagine this is a very good matchup. We don't have a lot of early game interaction. So let's just try to play our own game plan. We want Blue Sentinel on 2. Taliyah is probably too expensive. Rite of the Arcane is a really high commitment against a deck that plays a lot of combat tricks and recalls. Unraveled Earth is okay though. Giving things vulnerable is sort of like pseudo removal. This will be coming down on turn 3 though when they are attacking, so it's a little awkward, but I think we'll still keep it. Already we're showing 6 mana worth of landmarks here. This makes that 10, so we already have our Malphite level with our opening. Now it's possible with this deck we're supposed to look harder for a 1-drop since we play 6 of them, so that's something I'll consider later. Okay, we're probably expecting to see like an Ahri here. Nothing. Okay, I don't really know why they wait. That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so they've got a Kennen down. The important thing when playing against Ahri Kennen is to figure out what their win condition is. And in this case, by win condition, I mean Kennen's level up condition. Because Kennen can level off of, most often, either himself, the Mourned, or Dancing Droplet. So we want to be aware of what they're going for. I have not yet summoned a landmark this game. Let's just play this. This allows us to block the Kennen, and then if they... Okay, so they just don't swing in with the Kennen. I was going to say, if we block and then they recall, or they use like Twin Disciplines, or if they like... I guess the worst for us there would be go hard on this into attack. Anyway, let's just open attack. They don't really want to block either of these. But if one of them, they'll probably block with the Shadow Assassin. Okay. So they're trying not to get this killed.
Eyes open. Watch your branches.
You've summoned 4+ landmarks this game. So this is kind of sketchy here. I could actually play this into double Unraveled Earth. That might be the play. Okay, and now we only need single Unraveled Earth. So this is going to summon a Grumpy Rock Bear as a 7/6, I think. Oh, we also get more mana there. That's something to consider. We now have Ground Slam to try to kill something. I'm just going to see what they do. I'm happy if Kennen just dies to this attack. Okay, so they've spent a Twin Disciplines. That's nice. And I still need to play Unraveled Earth this turn. I have to remember that. So I won't be able to play this second Endless Devout. So they could have another Twin, or they could have a Recall, or a Lightning Rush. Okay, one Kennen is down. That's a start. So 1 out of 5 champions has been taken care of. Salt Spire will now get a 7/6. That's nice. Droplet is vulnerable. That's fine. We can force them to recall, I guess. Okay, what next? So I think we want to be aiming for a big Malphite attack next turn. So if that's the case, then next turn, or sorry, on our next attacking round. If that's the case, we can do anything we want this turn, but next turn, anything we want this round, but next round we can only spend 5 mana. Or sorry, 6 mana. We only need to bank one spell mana since we'll be on 8. So what's the strongest play this turn? I think we either want to Salt Spire or Endless Devout here. I could Salt Spire plus Rockhopper. I could also Endless Devout plus Rockhopper. I think I might want to pressure the opponent more this turn. I don't really need another Roiling Sand yet because they can't play Kenku Wayfinder into this full of a board, or they won't want to. So they've already spent 1 Twin, but an option here is to actually challenge the Dancing Droplet with the 7/6. Okay, so that gets stunned. That's fine. So I think so far... Okay, what did they do? Alright, there's the Go Hard. So I think here we're just going to challenge Dancing Droplet and Tail of the Dragon. And another alternative is to pass. They would be burning some mana here. Okay, there's Ahri. They're currently at 0 recalls. That feels pretty good. And yeah, Malphite is very leveled right now. So we need to remember we need to bank 1 mana. An option here actually is to just play Malphite immediately. We could also Unraveled Earth plus Salt Spire. What do they have in mind here? I think they will be using Ahri to bounce the Dancing Droplet. So maybe I want to keep Ground Slam up. Because then I could block Ahri with this and Ground Slam the Droplet. Now I get kind of punished by second Twin if I do that. I could also just try to kill off this Kennen here. How do I feel about that? I'm very low though. Let's block something that we can actually deal some damage to. What about this? Okay, my life is looking a little better. Now, unfortunately, we won't have a very large board with which to make a big Malphite swing. So that's kind of bad. So as long as they can put down 1 blocker here, they're doing fine. They also potentially will have Homecoming. They could potentially have... okay, Malphite's Ground Slam is pretty nice here. Okay. They spend a lot of mana there. That's good for me. But they're highly likely to have a 2-drop here, or deny, perhaps? Nopify? Okay. So I think here we need to just play the value game. Challenge this. Yep. And leave this in the back. We're going to be spawning a 5-3, which is pretty nice. Okay. So that's the second go hard. They need one more, and then they can pack your bags. Okay, there it is. We have Rite of Negation for pack your bags, though. So let's remember to keep this up if we can. We've got the stun. I think we have what we need here. This is looking pretty good. I am able to play Chip here. Right? Chip. Ground Slam. Rite of Negation. Okay, not elusive yet. That's nice. So here I'm going to use Unstoppable Force. If it gets denied or nopified, I think I'm going to try to win with Absolver if possible. It gets denied. Okay, so at this point... I think they still have a chance to nopify this one if I deny here. What else am I keeping this for? Homecoming? Homecoming. Okay. So right now we are showing lethal.
I'll take care of this.
So this will give me 7 more damage. Plus 1.
It's okay, I'm not going anywhere.
So here I do have the option of playing Ground Slam proactively to win the game. But I am afraid of what they might have. I'd rather keep this Ground Slam for their backswing. Okay. So is that 1 or 2 Ahris that I've taken out? It's at least 1 Kennen. 1 Kennen, 1 Ahri, maybe another Ahri. Okay, so do I need to develop something else here? I think at this point I'd like to. Let's play... Let's play Preservarium. See what they do, see what we get. Nope. I'm not going to have that happen. Now, unfortunately, I think that means they might have another go hard now. Since I negated it, I think it might be an effect. Okay, so they need another deny here. I was going to say I think it might be an effect that transforms them back into just the 1 mana drain. Alright. Might as well Salt Spire. We might end up spending that to cast a Rite of Arcane. Okay. So they have another stun back. You know what that is. Do we try to kill Kennen? I don't think we need to do that right now. Let's just play Malphite. See what we draw. Very nice. We have that for the elusive now. We also have it for an Ahri. Okay, so if they proactively stun here, then I like where we're sitting. Okay, so if they don't stun... Okay, so this blocks here, this blocks here. I get in for 3. I think we just need to stun. Then they're gonna pre-combat concussive palm something. I thought they might even put it on the stack. No, that wouldn't make sense. Okay. So let's swing. We deal 3. Okay. You have anything else? You have another stun. Okay. So this is a little scary because of double buff, but we technically have Hush for this, or Hush for this, Ground Slam for that, although I think I'd rather Hush the 5/3, I think. I'm a little worried about all of this because I'm giving them a lot of time to draw into their cards. Okay. Hush. Get the free block. I'll take 2. I don't want that to happen. I don't want them to get more card draw.
Sometimes the lad gets back.
So we might consider double Rite of the Arcane here, just to clear their board and have an open attack. Okay. Yep. Good game. Okay, so this is Aggro Spiders. We know what they want to do. Okay, Endless Devout on 3 is nice. Let's just look for early board contention. The 2-drop is nice. Yep.
I'll do better this time.
Okay, so the question... Oh, well, we definitely swing in because that can't block.
Come closer.
But do we swing against Elise? Oh. Can you tell me who it is? Is it someone I knew? I wonder who. Oh yeah, so Blue Jay was telling me about them, but I don't remember what their first name is. Like, I'm not sure who that is in real life.
Okay, ready.
Oh, really? And it's the same game? That's cool. Yeah, I know Michael. I've got to follow him. Okay, so we're going to have 5 mana on this upcoming turn. We have Rite of the Arcane to bust out our 5/3. Cool, I'll have to tune in. That's really awesome. I think we just want to get this unit as quickly as we can. Get more playable units. Okay. Let's see what else they've got. So we're doing okay so far. Okay. So far they are able to... They're showing 4 damage against me on their next open swing. They might Brothers Bond here. Brothers Bond here and like here. Block it. No. Okay, so here we can only play one of our cards. We'll see what they go with. We might just play another Endless Devout. Double Endless Devout, which is what I think I've had, plus 3 Rite of the Arcane is pretty nice. Okay, just playing some Burn. Gotcha. So right now I think we're looking to block here and here. If they have Brothers Bond, they'll be able to get in for 6. I'll be at 7 life. Pretty low for against this deck. I'm not playing any healing. But I'm stabilizing very quickly, because as soon as this dies, I can bust it out quickly with Rite of the Arcane. And this is going to turn into a 2/2. I'm also about to draw a card. So things are starting to look up, but it might be slightly too late. If I win this, I think it's going to be on like 2 life. Okay, makes sense. I'm probably going to be offline by then. I'm trying to just stream until right about 7. But I appreciate you stopping by here. You're always really nice. Okay, so 3/3 blocks there. 5/3 blocks here. We take 4. Yeah, you're welcome. So I think I'll actually... Well, let's see what else I draw. Hey, we got our last one. This is perfect. This is probably like the perfect draw against this deck. We can't play this in double Rite of the Arcane, but I don't think we will. I don't think we'll need to. We can play that and Ancient Prep and Rite of the Arcane. So let's Ancient Prep first, see if they draw something else threatening. Let's see. Next turn we'll be on 7 plus 1 banked mana. So we can double Ground Slam. So let's take another Ground Slam. Okay. So let's write that. It's their only fearsome blocker, and we've got 2 fearsomes here. We're currently forcing them to block at least one of these hits, which is nice. What they'll probably do is block 2/2 to 2/2, or block my 3/3 with their 1/1. I think that second option makes more sense, in my opinion. We might need to keep a Ground Slam as a response to Noxian Fervor. We could have also taken a Rite of Negation there. That was an option if we wanted to prevent a Decimate or a Noxian Fervor. Hey, thanks for the follow, Jose the Great. I'm glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome. We're just playing some fun Legends of Runeterra today. Playing some Malphite. What's the win rate so far? Would you believe it that I'm down like 0-2 or 0-3? It's not going so well, but we just started like less than an hour ago.
Be still. The peak has claimed you.
Okay. Nope. And then we're just not going to block that 1/1 spider. We have blockers for the rest of this stuff. Okay. Interesting decision by them. So here the Astral Fox blocks the 2/2, probably more likely the 5/3, and then a spider blocks the 3/3. They only have one fearsome blocker, so I should get in for lethal here. Yeah, we have this. This will be our first win, I think. I think they need Brothers Bond here. Or they need to Noxian Fervor my unit. So if I Ground Slam here, do I win? Yep, GG. Yeah, do you like to play this game, Jose? You've been trying to perfect a Nami Aphelios deck. Okay, so Aphelios generates moon weapons, Nami buffs units off of them. I saw a YouTuber post a Nami Aphelios deck pretty recently. I think it was Lobster. You've been addicted to LOR for the past year. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Do you have like a full collection? By the way, be right back, 1 sec. Yeah, thanks for that reminder. I was muted. I meant, do you have a full collection of cards? Like all the cards in the game? You do? Nice! I'm almost there, so my lore experience is, let's see, do I have any plays? No plays. My lore experience is, I started playing when Bilgewater came out, like the Rising Tides expansion. And like that week, and then I played for like 6 to 9 months, and then I took like a hiatus around a year, and then I came back in August of 2021 when Bandle City came out. So here I could have considered open attacking. Basically, by taking an action to play my 3/3 here, I might make it so my 2/2 doesn't have an attack. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Let's just pass. Yeah, I was still following the Reddit, and I saw people complaining about it all the time, and I was kind of like, hey, I'm glad I'm not playing that game anymore. But in retrospect, I kind of wish I didn't take so much time off. But I've been able to climb back. You know, it hasn't been so bad. Alright, so against Wounded White Flame, it's going to go up to a 4/5 with the gem, I think. A 3/4, and then a 4/5, yeah. Which means we have a block with this plus Ground Slam. So let's play another Ancient Prep. Let's take a chip. Were you playing like Azarelia when it was out? Okay. Did they swing? Oh, actually we have Hush. Hush is better, right? Well, no, Hush still doesn't kill it. Alright. I think that I don't want them to burn my mana if I pass here. So instead, I'm just going to Preservarium, and I'm going to take this damage, I think. You didn't play Azarelia? Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I net deck sometimes. I would say that I care more about playing the game well than like building unique decks, although that's fun as well. But yeah, like if I'm not enjoying a deck, if I'm not having fun with it, I don't care if it's tier 1, I'm not going to play it. Like I was playing a deck on stream the other day that I wouldn't say it's tier 1, but it's strung into the meta right now. It's Misfortune Quinn Scouts, and I just did not enjoy that deck at all. It was not for me. Okay, so I think we just continue to develop here. This White Flame is kind of blocking our attacks. This is going to be one off of flipping very soon. Okay. So I want to Hush this Pantheon. Yes, this is going to be one off of flipping very soon. Then we can play it. It's something with 4 health. Okay. Here is where we swing. You Hush that when they block with it, if they block with it. If not, we have some other good attacks. You like playing decks that you create because only you know your playstyle. Yes. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Alright, there we go. White Flame is also now at 3 health, meaning they're gonna need something else to dodge Ground Slam. There's a unit and a card draw. Nice. Oh, Taliyah on this sarcophagus is pretty good. We'll see if they have another Pantheon. If they have Pantheon into like Pale Cascade, that would be pretty rough. Guiding Touch is also really good right now on Wounded White Flame. Okay. So because they're playing Fizz, that means it's unlikely for them to have Pantheon plus a buff.
Together, we are stronger than stone, faster than the wind.
What did you say? You like playing decks that you create? Yeah.
Point the way,
Yeah.
take the way.
I think I forgot earlier, but I'll look through my decks again. I'll look through my decks after this game and show you what I like to play. They're not all my own creations, but you know, I still like them. Okay, so they pre-commit the Pale Cascade. That means we don't have to worry about trying to block, or worry about trying to get a trade. We've got to block the damage. So here we're gonna have double 5/3s, and we're gonna have a Taliyah with Overwhelm. And we can also play a Rite of Negation or a Ground Slam. We're probably gonna use this Ground Slam on the defense, I'm guessing. Okay, pretty nice. Okay. Swing. Swing. Or do we? We just swing with that? I think we... do we want blockers? Maybe. If they block this with Wounded White Flame, I'm fine with that. I might consider stunning it, but I'll probably just trade. I think we hold back for now.
Just won't sit still.
Yeah, we'll take that trade. That's fine. We've got this Ground Slam for their elusives. Probably for Zap, because we're not going to want to try to target Fizz.
The journey is difficult. These
Okay,
are
does it do anything?
Stands beneath me and winds behind
And we've got the Rite of Negation for, like, maybe Cataclysm? No, they're in Bilge. Oh, they're in Bilge Targon? I guess they have to be because they're playing Fizz. That's weird. Hopefully we're gonna try to win on this next turn.
They say these will
Okay, so they're getting in for 4 damage. Probably. Anything else? 0 mana. Okay. So they're showing, yeah, they're showing 8 elusive damage here. I'm hoping they don't have anything else. They've already played some Pale Cascades. They just showed, they put a card in the stack, which means it has to be slow or fast speed. It's probably fast speed, so I don't think it's worth it to try to kill this Fizz. They just need to push 2 additional damage here, which is pretty easy to do. If it is a... But if it's a fast card, then I can negate it. Okay, we need to negate that. Do I need my mana gems? So if next turn I have 8, plus I bank 2, that gives me enough to Malphite plus Malphite spell. Let's destroy a mana gem. Burst speeds like Pale Cascade can also be placed on stack with no target. Oh, really? Are you sure? Because I think when you... Oh, I guess you can play it and just not target something. And then it appears to go on the stack. Because if a burst speed spell... Oh, okay, I was going to say, because a burst speed spell that doesn't target just gets played immediately if you try to do that. Makes sense.
Try again. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Okay. Yeah, play things out. Sounds good. Fortunately, this does not have vulnerable. Oh, Absolver. Oh wait, I don't have enough landmarks. Okay. And I don't have mana for Absolver. That's awkward. At least this already has Overwhelm. That makes us a lot harder. Okay, so I think I probably challenge Wriggly Burblefish.
I will go this way.
Gonna catch the sky.
Okay, so they need to block here, and here, and here, and then they survive. But maybe they block just enough that I can get in for Absolver damage. So perhaps if I had sacrificed my Rock Hopper last turn and played around the Absolver draw, then I would have had 1 more mana this turn since I wouldn't have... Oh, okay. Put it on the bigger one. Please? Pray? Okay, nice. I think they... I guess they actually did need to block with Fizz to play around that, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, so that was my bad. I just assumed that late in the game
fight.
Malphite would definitely be leveled, but he wasn't. Thankfully, Taliyah was. Yeah, that was really close. To all the viewers, thank you very much. I really appreciate your support. Okay, so I understand this deck. I played against it yesterday. Or I played it yesterday, I should say. I can chip into Rockhopper. When am I streaming again? I am streaming again on Monday. What I'm planning to do is stream one or two decks every day of the week, and then actually post videos every day of the week. Let's keep an ancient prep. So yeah, I don't have super consistent hours right now. I'm pretty much just streaming like typically kind of during the school/work day. Today was a little bit later.
Here comes the chip.
So on Monday, for example, I could be streaming anytime between like 10 a.m. and like 6 or 7 p.m. Probably closer to the early half of that, although it depends just how early I wake up. Swing for 6? Pog? What are they wanting to play on 2? Stony Suppressor. That's fine. It doesn't affect landmarks, so that's good.
Fortune favors
Is
the
Fortune?
bold.
Okay, we can't kill her yet. She's not allowed to swing in, and if this swings in, it dies. So we're doing pretty well. Malphite is currently at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's predict. We might predict and then draw. Salt Spire is nice. Okay, that's fine. Ranger's Resolve.
Mwah.
Let's just keep some spell mana open. I think we're gonna want to ground slam this Fortune eventually. Open attack for 8 damage. Sounds pretty good.
For the glory of Demacia.
Oh, okay, it's that version. In that case, let's just play out the Salt Spire. So here, I don't have a good block back, so I'm gonna potentially go down to 11. I actually do, though, with Ancient Prep plus Ground Slam. So we'll see if they let me do that.
I've got your back.
Okay, that's not gonna work. We want to be playing towards this Malphite. Let's play another blocker.
Like me, except very different in every way.
Set sail.
Okay. Do they have a rally? So this is about to go off. I'm going to get something very big. Let's look for something. You want Rite of the Arcane, I think? Taliyah? Okay. I'm really expecting a rally here. That's what this deck is trying to do. This is the Bannerman version, which is a much more old school version of this deck. Okay. So I'm okay blocking down here.
Honor guide me.
All right, kill that.
Boom, boom, boom.
Take 1.
Mwah.
Taliyah is going to be leveled. Do we also predict? Next turn, we're going to have 5 plus... Okay, we're going to have 6 plus 3, so 9 mana. meaning I don't predict, in case I want to ground slam next turn for some reason. Like if they somehow take like a little bit of damage on their misfortune. Oh wait, do I Malphite? Maybe we just Malphite. That sounds good. So what's the problem here? On the defense, this deck has Ranger's Resolve, it has Riposte, it has, that's fine. Let's stun. They're gonna go down to 1.
Stay still.
Cataclysm? Oh. To level Misfortune, that's smart.
That's Captain Fortune.
Now, I still get in for 7 here. Now, this is kind of fine so far, because I'm not going to take face damage from one of these units.
Guns blazing.
So let's kill Misfortune. Malphite is tough, and this deals 1 damage 3 times, so he doesn't take any damage from the power. I think they know that they need to keep the Misfortune because they need to scout. They could also play out another Misfortune and rally. So here I'm going to be taking 6, so if I block here and they play another Misfortune and rally, yeah, that doesn't make a difference.
Courage, soldier.
We don't have the mana to play a unit. I think they've lost here. We could draw Chip here. We don't really want to... I mean, Chip would basically mean that we don't need to play this Ground Slam. I don't think there's anything else I need to be doing this turn, so let's do that. Okay.
Guns blazing.
Kill Misfortune. Ground Slam here. Now, unfortunately, I don't have lethal on the backswing if I have to do something. Like, what I mean is I'm going to have to use the Absolver. I'm not sure what they can do about that. Oh, she's not dead. Okay, so I just have to open then. Let's see what we can draw. We'll take this to stun her because of the champion spell.
I can go this way.
We've got a block. I can absolve her. I have to double absolve her.
I protect my own.
What can this region do? Does Demacia have stun? I'm out of range of single combat. Well played. Nice! We did it, y'all! I think we actually ended with a positive win rate with Malphite. If not positive, it was even.
Luck always wins.
So let me actually check my mobilytics real quick. Yeah, thanks. That did not feel like such a weak deck. Hey guys, how's it going? Royce here. You just saw me playing Roji's Taliyah Malphite deck. And I've got to tell you, this deck surpassed my expectations. Despite Malphite being one of the least played champions in this game, I think it was bottom 3 last I checked, I was still able to pull a positive win rate on the ladder today, going 4 and 3, if I'm correct on that. So I'd just like to give a quick recap on the deck, talk about anything that might have worked especially well or not particularly well, potentially talk about some changes, although I'm going to admit that section on today's video will be pretty light. My knowledge on Malphite and Taliyah overall are pretty low, and I trust Roji more than pretty much anyone else in the world to build a good Malphite deck, so I think it'll mostly be staying the same. Nonetheless, let's go through the deck. Ancient Preparations and Chip are great as 1-drops, and they synergize with each other. They synergize with your overall game plan of wanting to play landmarks, destroy landmarks, and play mana worth of landmarks. So both are at 3 for sure. Blue Sentinel was an interesting choice. I like having this as an alternative 2-drop if you don't draw one of your 3 rock hoppers. And one game I was even able to use Blue Sentinel to accelerate a Taliyah and play her on round 4 instead of 5 with the extra mana. So I like Blue Sentinel, and if you're in an especially aggro meta, I could even see you playing an additional Blue Sentinel and maybe going down on a lower tempo card like playing 2 Preservarium, for example. I like Rockhopper at 3. This is already an excellent card, and its landmark synergies just make it even better. Absolver, I think 2 copies is perfect. This isn't going to do a lot until you actually need to close out the game, but when it does a lot, it does a lot. And putting this on top of a Malphite or a Taliyah, especially a Taliyah, can push a lot of damage through to the Nexus. So I like 2 Absolver there. Endless Devout, especially with Rite of the Arcane, came in clutch, and I was able to totally shut out some aggro decks. Endless Devout, just a 3-mana 3/3, is actually surprisingly good into some fearsome units like Precious Pet and Elise, so I would say that this 2-card combo is a great, really comes in clutch against aggro spiders, for example, and Rite of the Arcane can be used to do things like kill their other copies of Elise, kill their copies of Astral Fox, anything big that they might play in that deck. 2 Hush is definitely a flex spot. I think that this card did not end up being that useful to me in today's segment of like 7 games. It was pretty interchangeable with Ground Slam most of the times when I had it. However, it can be a very good option if you're going up against a lot of Ahri Kennen. I like just having the Hush to make their Ahri unelusive, and to also sort of lock out, take away all of the buffs that they've put on her, so they're not able to swing Ahri across the board for a lethal push. I've already talked about Rite of the Arcane. Unraveled Earth. This is probably pretty perfect at 2. It gives you some additional card draw. It's a very low tempo card, 3 mana, draw 1, but it gives you 4 mana worth of landmarks with 1 card, which is great for the Malphite level condition. So I would be cautious to go too much below that. Just be cautious to take out landmarks in general. I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying it might affect your ability to have him leveled on round 7 or 8. Excuse me. I'm gonna get some water. Oh, Jose. I'm glad that the decks are going well. Let me know if you have any other feedback on that. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the intro now that I've had some water. Ground Slam, by the way, is amazing at 3 copies. I would not go below 3. This came in clutch against cards like Misfortune, which are currently big in the meta. This hits Kennen. This hits Ahri. This hits Twisted Catalyzer in Darkness. It doesn't quite kill Senna or Vhagar, but I think overall 3 damage. Spells still have a pretty good, I would say 3 damage spells are still pretty effective into the meta. Rite of Negation at 2, like Hush at 2, is definitely another flex spot. This came in clutch a few times. You could potentially go down to 1, but I wouldn't play 3. It's just too clunky at that point. Salt Spire at 3 is probably correct. Granted, a few times I had trouble finding the time to play a 4-mana do-nothing card, but also 4 mana for a landmark is great, and when this goes off it summons a 7/6, which is definitely more stats than you paid for at 4 mana. In addition, Salt Spire is a great copy target for Taliyah. Herald of the Magus at 1 is very interesting. You could potentially take this card out if you feel like a 5-mana 4/4 do nothing is too slow, especially since you're already playing 2 copies of the Absolver. That one is sort of for you to decide if you feel like you really need the over-the-top to close out some of those games. And then finally, Malphite at 3 and Taliyah at 3, obviously keep those. So that's the deck right there, y'all. I know there are some other landmark synergy cards, but I'm not going to go too deep into them right now just because I don't personally know a lot about this archetype. I still, like I said, trust GrandpaRoji's judgment. Anyway, I wouldn't really make any other changes. I think this deck did about as well as it can in this meta with these champions. Overall, I am very happy. So that's going to do it, guys. Thanks again so much for tuning in to today's video. I am doing daily uploads right now, so go ahead and leave a like and give me a subscription to see those as soon as they come out. I will see you next time.